Now batting, the third baseman, number 5.
Outside. Run! No, high. No, that's high. Take your base.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 40.
D-Rod! Ball, that's inside. Out. Take.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 4.
Ball, that's low. No, that's inside. D-Rod! Ball, that's up. D-Rod!
Now batting, the third baseman, number 13.
D-Rod! That's outside. Ball, inside. Ball, that's outside. D-Rod! Take your base.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 46.
No, that's high. No.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 54.
D-Rod!
Now batting, the second baseman, number 20.
Nope, high. D-Rod! That's up. Ball outside. D-Rod! Foul! Foul! You're out.
Now batting, the catcher, number 69.
No, that's low. He's out.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 15.
D-Rod! Out.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 18.
No, inside. D-Rod! You're out.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 11.
That's high. No, that's high.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 78.
D-Rod! D-Rod! He's out.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 42.
Strike. You're out.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 55.
He's out.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 87.
Ball high. You're out.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 12.
Strike. You're out.
Now batting, the catcher, number 99.
Outside. Nope. Inside. That's outside. Ha!
Now batting, the left fielder, number 86.
Nope. That's high.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 13.
Ball high. That's low. Strike. Out.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 46.
Out.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 54.
He's out.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 5.
Ha! That's up. Ball four.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 40.
Ball outside. Strike. Fair ball.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 4.
Nope, that's high. He's out. He's in.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 15.
That's high.
Boys and girls. Wait. Hold on.
Victory. You're out.
And hello, guys. I'm sorry. We at the BSN had a little bit of technical difficulties right here. Once again, they threw in the intern to clean up the mess. Welcome, everybody. We got ourselves a real doozy. Can the Marauders sweep the leg and take out the man-meats when everyone had written them off after their sweep against the Cazadores? You'll have to excuse me for a second. I have to turn down my volume a little bit.
Now batting, the catcher, number
Strikeout.
69.
Started off. Joj Brandon, catcher.
Ball.
Eighth
Outside.
batter right here. And now you'll have to excuse me as I catch up to this game a little bit, as I was originally cleaning out the mailroom before I was thrust into this position once again as our much more talented and qualified announcers walk on Brandon. All of our announcers are,
The pitcher,
well, I don't know what they're doing. I think they're all traveling out to Colonial Field for the All-Star break. So it's just me in the office, basically. Zom Noble trying to go for the bunt. I am not a big supporter of the bunt. Even if you are a hitter or a pitcher, you might as well just swing away on it, because a bunt almost guarantees at least one out. And right there, you see why. Zom Noble bunts out. Count as a strikeout. Parker Thomas, 0 for 2, not good for a leadoff bat.
Ball. That's outside.
Lefty Lemieux seems to be a bit comfortable. 3 hits and the exact same amount of walks. 2 Ks, can he make it 3? Right here, 3-1 on Parker Thomas. Ooh, a nice changeup, freezes him up. And a great hit and run situation. I don't know who's at second. Whoever's at second almost rounds to third. Get second thoughts, and now we have 2 on for Dougie Deltoys, 0 for 2 today. But you have to worry, this guy is beefy. You never know when that score could go up by 3, especially with a guy like Deltoids on to the plate. 1-1 the count. That one looked a bit better than the strike, but he'll call it a ball. Ooh, too high there, and halfway to the respective bases are the runners before Feltersnatch can get it to third. Howie does it again. It won't matter, and generally you don't want to attribute that to the catcher. Lemieux goes out, and Orinoco too. I don't agree with that call. Not a big double switch fan. I'm a bit more of a DH type of guy. 2 curves straight away, and Schnitzel Boyle commanding early. Ooh. As soon as I say that, gives up 2 balls, and boom! Right down the middle. Ladies and gentlemen, this inning is over, or this half inning is over with a great at-bat
the shortstop,
against, I should say. Basically a great series of pitches. Now Martin Miller. You might remember Martin Miller as a man who, I think twice, crushed the Cazadores' dreams in one game with a 3-run home run on the last out of the inning to extend the game. However, he does not repeat that magic today as he goes down on strikes. Mikuno Dynamo, 1 for 2 with a single. That one's down and low. Next one, strike. Pretty good pitch by Zom Noble. Another good one, good pitch framing by Joj Brandon. And the same pitch, Dynamo was going to let that go twice. In another zone, he seems to be hitting the down and inside area. And woof! Hear that wind as he whiffs on that one. And this one seems to be a strikeout fest. We could see our pitcher starting to wheel and deal. And look at that. Kuno Dynamo whiffed so hard he tore his muscle, which is both humiliating and painful. Take it from me. And on an 0-2, Smashing Jackson. Smashing Jackson just grounds straight over to the second, and we are in the 6th. Also, guys, I'm sorry, I'm not Dr. Bob or any of these guys' caliber. And oh! That muscle tear was worse as we thought, and now 2 starters have been relegated to washing up early. Schnitzel Boyer trying to repeat what happened last at bat. Good curveball, now 2-2. And a rocket. Deep center field. But Bo, he'll make the catch right there. One out, and now Iron Hands up to the plate. Or is it Iron Hands? I never really got it. A high curve, you don't want to do that, or a high slider. Two sliders, both of which are suspect. If Iron Hands swung, you might have rocketed that one out of wherever International is, and instead it's sent back to the bench. John Cena up to the plate. 1 for 2 with a single, and takes an early one down by the knees. That one's a rocket, can't get to it as the shortstop, and Cena will have his second single of the day. Let me know if I'm being a little loud. I feel like I'm a little loud. Maybe I should pull up. Stream and ooh, one right down the middle. Puma Longtree does not bite, and I don't agree with that. You know, Ted Williams did say take the first pitch, but that pitch was money. And look where that ended up with you. No runs through 6.5 innings. Who will break the stalemate first? This is turning to be a real game as Howie Feltersnatch comes up to the plate. Zom Noble, of course, dealing today. 6 Ks and 6 on bases given up basically between 3 walks and 3 hits. 2-2 on Feltersnatch. He's got his pink bat out, and that's not an innuendo. But I just like the bat. And he'll go to first base. I thought that was the strikeout for a second. Sorry, folks. Now we got Paul Blart. 2 walks in the day. Can he make it 3? Which would be a really interesting... Nope, never mind. Tina gets a long tree, which gets a deltoids double play, ending all momentum that could have happened with having a guy like Feltersnatch on the base paths. Now we've got Don Bravo Eurolekash. I don't know where he's from. He looks to be about everywhere in Europe, so I don't know. But his eyes are good. Takes 3 balls. And good strike there. Good pitch framing again. George Brandon, however, can't pitch frame that one. Way too high. Once more. Guys on first. Zom Noble locked in, but he's starting to tire out. 90 pitches already. Outside slider. Away inside slider. And that's an easy one for Euro de la Sol Le Cash, the long name man. Boom, right to Dougie Deltoids, and once again, 2 times in the inning, the Man-Meats had guys on base but couldn't capitalize. And this will be really important going forward for both teams. They need to capitalize on those on-base opportunities. Just look at the Cazadores early in the season. Against this very team, had a lot of guys on base but couldn't capitalize. First out, of course, right to the center fielder. Zom Noble pulled out. I agree with that call. He's at almost 100 pitches. And I agree with the fact that the I can't quite catch his name. It's kind of hard to see. The Man-Meats press box is pretty far away from the stadium. I don't blame the Man-Meats. I blame the architects. Schnitzel Boyer, same amount of hits as K's, but now they have a guy at first. Never mind. Parker Thomas has wiped this inning clean and threw 7. Or 7.5 or 6.5. I don't know if that would be 6.5 or 7.5. Through a certain amount of innings, we've got zeros. This one's gonna get tense. You can already see players starting to show signs of tension. Signs of tense. And what a shot right there! Iron Hands just in the right place, but that one could have been 1, if not 2. And that was off a pitcher, or by a pitcher. Russ Perry takes an early strike. Same place, different outcome, 1-1. Same place, different pitch, ball 2. Same pitch, different place, 2-2. That one's outside. Moment of truth is popped straight back to Rosales for out number 2. Now we've got Martin Miller. Martin Miller, the killer. Martin Miller Godzilla
Outside.
takes an early ball.
D-Rod.
Same slider, same position.
D-Rod.
Again, 3 straight sliders. He does it a 4th time and gets away with it. I'm almost in shock at the just immense confidence Rosales shows in that slider. Able to pitch it 4 times in basically the same spot
Now batting, the first baseman.
and pull it off,
Number
especially against a lethal hitter like Martin Miller. Dougie Deltoids, 2 walks on the day. You got to respect a guy who can get on base at any means. So even though he's 0-1, it's like he's 2 for 3 basically in my book. 2-2 the count.
Foul ball.
That one's fouled straight back, but it hits the ground. And nope.
Now
Schnitzel
batting,
Boyer with, I think, his 3rd
number 80.
K of the day, and he is dealing.
Ball outside.
He's having a great game. You can see it on his face. He's just dishing it. And Carlos Thompson looks completely confused by that slider as he just golfs that one straight over to Vo for out number 2.
The third baseman.
Now we've got Mighty Bunce Jr. His Bunce might be mighty, but he looks a little scared. Schnitzel
That's outside.
Boyer
Nope.
is just rolling right now at 35 pitches for a reliever. And ooh, as soon as I say that, Mighty Bunce delivers more than a mighty bunt. He delivers a mighty hit
The right
to
field
get on base, and now all of a sudden
46.
the tension's on. Could Iron Hands, a pretty elite hitter,
Nope. That's high.
make this game a little bit more interesting? It's interesting regardless. I mean, it's 0-0 in the 8th. Crazy.
No. Inside.
Down low, he might be trying to pitch around him. Ooh, good job by Felter Snatch. Good job again. 2.
Ball 4.
And on the full count, sorry, I'm just blanking out. On the full count, Iron Hands is up, and now John Cena
Number
is up to face Colton Hammond. Boyer, while he was rolling, can't exactly get away with that much as a reliever. Would not expect at least some sort of hook or replacement. Now Colton Hammond has to pitch to the incredibly dangerous John Cena. 1-2 the count. And gets him biting on a curve, and this game continues. The stalemate continues. We're going to call this World War I soon. The Marauders and Man Meats have been trading blows, but nothing has left a scratch. We might see extras at this rate. Derek Rosales, again, battering the lower part of the bat, or lower part of the zone. It seems to be working.
now batting,
Smashing Jackson, 0 for 2 with a walk.
12.
Down low, slider. He likes the slider down low. And I think Smashing Jackson has been watching some film as he hits that one straight over to the center fielder. And now suddenly, Felter Snatch has something on his plate. Or something on the, I don't know. He has a guy on base. I'm trying to come up with some sort of metaphor. Regardless, it's 1-2 the count. And another low slider gets by the first baseman, and now there are 2 aboard. Jackson and Felter Snatch. 1 out, and Paul Blart up to the plate. I would be worried if I were a Meats fan. Paul Blart is infamous. Another low slider by Derek Rosales. High fastball, up and in. Ooh, gets him on a nice four-seamer. And gets him again. Similar pitch, and you could feel the wind from the press box. And now Don Bravo, long name. Oh, he got a meniscus tear. That is the second Man Meats batter today to swing so hard they injure themselves. These Marauders pitchers and their pitching coaches have to be just a little bit more confident. And wow! After getting 2 guys on, Derek Rosales escapes the jam with 2 really, really good strikeouts. Now let's see if Puma Longtree can help back him up. Neil Guerra in for Paul Blart. That one's down and low, and Dinger Slinger scoops it up. That one should be an out just by the catch. It is, as we see the umpire. George Brandon 0 for 2 with a walk. Low and outside. That one's high, didn't bite.
Ball, that's inside.
Colton Hamilton, not as consistent as we saw. Don't. I'm okay. I'm safe. I'm healthy. As we've seen Rosales be. And oh, Webb David. Remember Webb David had an appearance against the Cazadores, and on the first pitch just rocketed that one straight into left field for a home run. Could he repeat? And yeah, that's not a rocket, but it is a grounder to left field, and now the Marauders have a chance with 2 guys on and 1 out. Can Parker Thomas achieve the goal?
No, that's low.
Down and low. I don't know if I agree with keeping Colton Hammond out, and woo! An intimidating foul ball to the right line. I went to rocket over to the dugout.
Ball, that's low.
Didn't bite on that, I think it was a slider there.
Ball.
He's battling. Parker Thomas really wants this one. And that one's a shot down the left field line. Will it hit the pole? No! Barely a foul. As I saw every single Atlanta fan in the attendance go, "Ah!" But man, this guy just keeps fouling them off. He wants it. And that's what he was waiting for. That's a shot. And misses the right fielder. That'll be at least 2 runs. Parker Thomas rounding second, going to third. And this game is wide open. The Marauders are on the board 2-0. And Dougie Deltoids is trying to make it more. Infield is in. We're expecting a bunt. I would not bunt in this situation. I'm very anti-bunt. You can put it on my grave.
Ball, inside.
And a shot, and that's why you don't put the infield in, folks. As now it is 3-0, and the man meets have a bit more than they can chew this late in the game. Carlos Thompson looking to make it more. A high one. Colton Hammond really should not be out here. Hold on. That one's a shot down the left field line, but no dice. 2-2 the count. Colton Hammond running on fumes. That one, Miller for 1. Euro Lakash for 2, and they've dug themselves into quite a hole here for Ghana Pitchwell. Can he pitch well? We're going to find out. The meet's on the precipice of being swept. However, I would never write out any team in the BHB, but especially not a team like the Man Meats, who have a habit of just performing when it matters most. And ooh, a great snag by Deltoids to stop what could have been an extra base hit, and now finally we should see Colton Hammond go out, and he does for Weston Kennedy.
No, that's inside.
High and inside for Ghana Pitchwell. Seems to be more a fly ball pitcher. Pulls that one too far.
That's up.
3 balls. And that one's popped up straight over to Mighty Bunce. Great reaction time by him. And now it's all down to Russ Perry. They have no mistakes left. And 3 runs to make up. Down and low for ball 1. I would not have swung on that one. And that one's foul number 1. Strike number 2. 2-2 the count. And gets him looking. The Marauders have swept the Man Meats. I did not expect this at all. But ladies and gentlemen, Atlanta has just shown their might in international. And geez, what a game this was. And what a series this was. A statement after that earlier sweep at the hands of the Cazadores to come back, and just dominate on the road. And I've had my doubts, but I mean, you can see the stats. 6 strikeouts for Zom Noble, whereas there were only 5 strikeouts total for the man-meat staff, and Zom Noble should get the player of the game. Parker Thomas and Lefty Lemieux get bronze or silver and bronze, respectively. I don't know if I'd give Lemieux that. There are definitely guys who did better in the game. But hey, you know, maybe it was the part of the game that I missed. Sorry, folks. Anyway, folks, how are we doing today? I'm a little thirsty. I just got back from cleaning out the mailroom. In fact, I'm just gonna go. Give me one sec. Oh, sweet elixir. Lunch break at work? Ah, nice. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, especially the minor leaguers. I love how energetic you guys all are. You know, this draft and this, what we've got some great things planned for you guys. You know, we've got a lot of things planned, and I just can't wait for Saturday, which I think is going to be 4 Eastern, when the big reveal comes of where you guys are going. I think some of these guys really, you know, I mean, listen, this draft is hard. No doubt about that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, while I was ranting about the draft, the Desperados and Cazadores game started. Now, I am split. The Cazadores and Desperados have never had a series win between the two. They've always had a split, and boom! First pitch again. Eagle Mondavi loves the first pitch. He hit a home run yesterday off that. And Wes Connors trying to put more on the board right away. As I was saying before, there's never been a series win between either. A great throw, but not in time. And Eagle Mondavi's on second. And now he could be going home. Yes, he is. And great job early by the Desperados. And oh man, well, Michael Jordan might have bit off more than he could chew. He is already tense, and that's 2 batters in. 4 pitches in. Look at him. He's just kind of throwing it out there, and we might see the pen early. The Cazadores, of course, infamous for their pen, and right to Rose for 1. And that should help Jordan's confidence a little bit. If I were him, I wouldn't be that stressed. As you know, this game is just, in the BHB in general, leads don't last long. And if you sit on your laurels, you're going to watch as the other team just claws back. And especially this Desperados team, which I never bought into the hype that Dick Shot was going to completely erase this team's potential. They've still got great guys, and they've still got great leaders. They substituted one great leader for another. And that's a strikeout by Jordan. That should help his confidence a lot. But this Desperados team is in great hands, and has been in great hands ever since I first came into the league, which was the end of season 1. 1-1 the count for Michael Jordan. He's a former Steamer. Of course, famous for killing the Cazadores in the World Series. Now he's on the Cazadores and will walk Troy Presser. Easy breezy up. 6 batters in the first inning alone. Michael Jordan's has a very interesting way of setting a first impression. Dives for the ball, and it was a different area code. As finally the inning is over with a run on board for the Desperados, and the Cazadores, famous for their terrible starts, need to put something together. Strike 1, J.W. Doyle. I've not really seen a lot of him, so he might just surprise us all. Ball 2, 2-2 for Charlie Bubblegum, a very disciplined batter. That one's a swinging bunt right to Doyle, and a completely different first impression for the Cazadores, as they get an out. Jamie Borquez was slumping up until a couple days ago when he hit 2 home runs. That one's a grounder right to Breezy for out number 2.
Now batting, the second baseman.
Thomas Rose. Bit of a slump recently. We've heard rumblings of a lineup change. However, Rose has been pretty great in batting practice according to manager Nick Rosas. However, that one's hit right over to Ozar to end the inning.
Now batting, the second baseman.
Aaron Ozar, after catching a ball, will now try to hit one, especially against LaMichael Jordans, who is not shown to be the dominant pitcher that the Cazadores needed right now to try and win their first ever series against Irvington. 2-2 the count. Hits one kind of inside. Rose will just scoop that up and bring it right to Lambert.
Now batting, the
And you've got to respect the right side of the Cazadores infield. Completely rebuilt. And these guys have been young and hungry. I've had a chance to interview some of them, and they are just hungry guys. They are just different. 2-2 count for Dre Mitchell. Benny Mitz, he might miss the city life of New York, but he looks pretty confident right there in the batter's box. However, that confidence is not... Oh! I was going to say, but Mitchell
the pitcher, number 43.
gets on a rare error for Jamie Borquez, and now suddenly J.W. Doyle has a chance to extend this inning. Jamie Borquez, you don't see that often from the guy. And now all of a sudden, we've got him on second. Could Dre Mitchell cash it in as we see Bob Marley and Jamie Borquez look really shaken up? This is not what they want. This is... Whew. Now 2 guys are on for Eagle Mondavi, an intimidating bat this series, and a chance to extend. Ball on in. Oof! Swings on a curve, or I think that was a change. Inside, as the umpire said, in full count now. But a walk, ladies and gentlemen.
Now batting, the right
I am in shock
number 10.
right now. But that's no matter. As hits the line. That one's gonna be at least 2, if not 3. Stanley Yelnats guns that one straight to Lambert, and 2 are on the board. It's a quick 3-0.
The catcher,
And this one's getting ugly early for Irvington, or for the Cazadores. The Irvington's the one driving it. And finally, a bailout in the form of a pop-up straight to Dusty Crust.
now
Or not a bailout, because this inning isn't even over. Jeez. Pitch right down the middle, but it doesn't swing. And that one's dropped. Bob Marley's going to throw. Caught him in a pickle. Right over to Dusty Crust. Throws it to Michael Jordan. It's a bit too early. Misses the throw. Dusty Crust is going to get him, and he's going to get the tag. And what was that inning? We had about 7 errors on the Cazadores side,
now batting, the third
which is rare.
baseman.
It's really rare to see a team
57.
like that, other than, you know, the occasional error, just completely implode. Now they're in a really deep hole. You have time, but you don't want to be conceding this early. Dusty Crust, swinging bunt, 1 out.
Now
Bob
batting,
Marley,
the catcher,
looking very tense.
number 69.
Does not look like he wants to be there right now, but... Oh, Ozar saves what could have been a single
Now batting, the left
and keeps
number
the Desperados comfortable with Patrick McKinstry, veteran presence. I really doubt that he'll last much longer than this season. You know, he's talked about life after baseball a whole bunch to San Juan media. He wants to go back to his ranch up in
now batting,
I don't know where his ranch is.
number
Let me look up.
14.
Anyway, Teddy Lambert, the rookie, he's been electrifying for this Cazadores lineup. 1-1 the count with McKinstry. on first. And whoosh! Curveball or changeup gets Lambert. Now it's full count. Runner goes, and why would you do that? Teddy Lambert just skies that one straight over to Rodriguez, and we're seeing quite a game. A tale of two teams right now. The Desperados seem to be playing home run derby. The Cazadores seem to be really struggling. And this might have just gotten a whole lot worse, as that one's a rocket straight to center field. That one was hit with authority. Just a howitzer straight away, and it's now 4-0 off the bat of Troy Pressing? Troy Pressing. I'm going to say Troy Pressing. Devin Anthony up to the plate. Rookie of the year last year, I think. Or at least was up there in the conversation. However, he'll just sky that one right to Jamie. And he'll catch that one. After an earlier error, I really doubt Jamie can make any sort of defensive things. As you know, I'm quite hard on Jamie because I hate him and I wish he never existed. And that one's a sky ball. Deep, kind of close to the warning track, but Charlie Bubblegum could get under that for out number 2. Aaron Ozar. 0-1. And we'll repeat what happened 2 at-bats earlier. That one goes straight into Jordan's glove, and geez, what a start for the Desperados. Now, of course, we saw the same thing last game, so it's interesting to see how they'll try to hold on and split the series. That one's a dribbler straight over to Ozar, out number 1. The Michael Jordans, will he stay in? Yes, he will. Interesting choice. Nick Rosas, while not as bad as Zach Grummet, has not been the manager that he was touted to be. We saw it there. I would have given Jordans the hook about 2 innings ago, as that is what you're getting from him. Now Charlie Bubblegum trying to get something, some sort of pulse for the Cazadores. That one's a ball dug out. Another low ball. 3 low balls. So many low balls, you might call them me, because I like to low ball players in general. That's my style of trading, and it doesn't work. And that one, after 4 straight low balls, he decides to swing at one when he had another strike. And this mic might be a bit loud, but I'm I have a lot of thoughts about what just happened in that at-bat, as the Cazadores are still hitless. That one scooped up by Borquez, out number 1, Andre Mitchell. J.W. Doyle looking really, really confident right there in the batter's box. And I mean, comparing his performance to LaMichael's, it's day and night. That one skied over to Yelnats, but he had put a little more oomph in that. You could have seen a Randy Johnson type situation. Eagle Mondavi has been on base both of his at-bats, and Jordan's looks to just pitch around him as he gets 2 early balls. Nice strike there. Another one. Throws him up a little bit, and that one's grounded to the Cazadores dugout. That one's hit down the line. Great snag by Dusty Cross. Can he make the throw? Yes! Great defensive play to save Eagle Mondavi from just, having a great game. I mean, I've got to put my respect there. Mondavi has been rolling against this San Juan team. Jamie Borquez trying to repeat what he did last time, and he certainly looks like it. That one's a hit right to the gap. Mondavi's there, but Borquez will have an easy stand-up double. Almost goes to third. Getting a little reckless there, and there's the confidence we see from the player. As now Thomas Rhodes will try to follow him up. Close one. That would not be the way to follow up such a double. Ooh, a great curveball gets him, and boom! A rocket. Eagle Mondavi might be under that one. He is. But Jamie Borquez will move to third, and I got a little overconfident there, but I mean, I've seen Thomas Rose hit about nothing this whole series. So it's good to show that he's doing something. You saw from Joey Phillips, you saw from all of these guys, they get more and more intimidating outs, and then suddenly they were bursting onto the scene, and now it's 3-0 on Dusty Crust. It'll check that swing. And suddenly goes from 3-0 to a full count. And skied straight back. And he'll dig that one, running right to Eagle Mondavi again, and the Cazadores are on the board. Now it's time for Bob Marley to try and follow up. Dusty Crust and Bob Marley tend to do well together. When Crust is on, usually that means Bob Marley's getting on, so it's gonna be pretty interesting to see how Doyle handles this. And he'll handle it by making Bob Marley ground into a double play, which will end the inning. Cazadores get something on the board, but only 2 hits, and they still need to continue this pressure if they want any chance of winning this game. And bam! Right off the bat, of
number 25.
I'll check his name when he turns around, but a great way to start off the inning, because now Ricky Rodriguez will have a man on board trying to retaliate. That one skied up. Thomas Rose looks to be about under it. Stanley Yelnats is like, you got it, bro? Thomas Rose has got it. That's the first out of the inning.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 3.
Troy Pressing had a home run earlier.
That's down.
That one's dug out of the dirt.
Nope, outside.
Man, LaMichael Jordans is not looking very good today. He's had 70 pitches, and that one, bit of stroke of luck that he managed to hit one that was pretty junky. Now 2 outs, a man on second. Devin Anthony looking to do something. I mean, aren't we all looking to do something? But Devin Anthony's looking to do something with that bat of his, and boom! Right back, kind of close to the press box I'm at. 2-1 the count. That one's dug over. Charlie Bubblegum's running over. He's going to try and gun him down at home, but it's not in time. And the Desperados have retaliated, as I said earlier. And once again, the gap is 5-0, and the matching pose, Symir Woods, is in. Woods almost had an ugly blown save earlier, along with Jasmine Casey earlier in the series. That one's fouled back. 1-2 the count. Another foul ball. Easy Breezy really wants to. He just really wants to contribute something. Low ball. And gets him on the changeup. That was a wicked pitch. No torn meniscus. But that swing was really vigorous, and the Cazadores escaped with only a run given up. However, that gap is back to 4 runs. They're looking to show at least some sort of life halfway through the game. McKinstry buries himself in a bit of a hole here. 2 strikes. Has to foul that one off. That one's... Ooh, I do not agree with that call. That one was pretty low. Attribute that to bad umpiring or great catching and pitch framing. But that one did not look like a strikeout to me, and I don't think it looked like it to the audience. We're seeing a couple guys get a little bit testy. And that was a shot, and I'm going to call that corner Teddy's corner. He's hit about 7 balls there, as he will have an easy stand-up double, as the Cazadores looking to follow it up. And remember, the guy who started the comeback yesterday was Stanley Yelnats. Can he do it again? A curveball right into the center of the zone, which usually is a death sentence, not in the BHB. Eyeing inside. They might be pitching around Yelnats trying to get to the pitcher. Easy Breezy will scoop that up, flash the leather, and we should see a substitution. No? Really? I mean, I disagree with that call, but maybe Samir Woods has been working out a little bit in the cages. And it looks like he has. He actually manages to get it on. As now, suddenly, the Cazadores are showing some sort of life. Again, I said that last time and they gave up another run, but they've pulled Connors and they're putting in Kid Breezy Jr. No relation to Easy Breezy, as I know they are two completely different Breezes, which is apparently a common name in Irvington. As now, two guys are on board for Jamie Borquez, who's been lethal recently after being absolutely dead earlier. And ooh, nope. They don't try. They seem to be pitching around Borquez right here. 2 early balls, 3 early balls. Low slider. If you saw the Marauders game, you'd know. Pretty effective pitch.
That's ball 4.
And an outside slider. Borquez gets another walk. He's been really good at plate discipline after last season giving up or taking the most strikeouts, I think, in the league. Now Thomas Rose will deal with a loaded base situation. And that was a shot! Deep center field, and ladies and gentlemen, this game got a lot more interesting. The Cazadores on the top of the Thomas Rose slam. You saw it earlier with that out that was right to Eagle Mandati's glove. What a game this is turning out to be. And the Irvington San Juan rivalry, which I always thought was pretty big, is getting a whole lot bigger. This game is getting good. Dusty Crust, with a complete disregard for what happened earlier, decides to just pop that one straight over to the shortstop. And now, how will they respond? I mean, how do you even prepare for that? That one really, really was unexpected. And Samir Woods has to feel a little happy that he started that whole rally going. They allowed rally caps on the players. I'd expect a couple of the guys in the dugout to be putting them on right now. That one's shot. McKinstry is back. He takes a step and catch the ball perfectly fine. Dre Mitchell went to the New York School of Hitting, so he knows how to slap that one. Can he do it here against Woods? New York, of course, siphoning a lot of hitting coaches from San Juan. Of course, that was very interesting development to see New York just absolutely dominate on the batting end. As it seems they took all the best hitting coaches. However, you wouldn't see it today, especially with how Thomas Rose managed to change the entire momentum of the game. I didn't even mention that was a grounder right over to first base for the second out of the inning. Kid Breezy, who looks really tense in the batter's box and looks even more tense just kind of jogging over to first. He didn't even try, as he has to face that lineup again, and he has to deal with the guilt of basically turning this from a game Irvington had pretty handily into one they have to crawl out of. 2 low fastballs, 1 strike, 1 a ball. First breaking ball of the game, or of the at-bat, not of the game. That one, another one, same location. Breezy gets a glove on that. Great job by Breezy. And folks, we are seeing everything. Great hitting, terrible hitting, great pitching, terrible pitching, great defense, terrible defense. Base running I haven't really seen much of. And woof! McKinstry goes down, swinging, doesn't tear his meniscus. And now it's Teddy Lambert. Slam Lambert. Teddy with a good heady. I'm running out of metaphors or whatever's for him, but whoosh. 4 straight balls to put someone on the board for Stanley Yelnats. Yelnats trying to make this lead a little bit more comfortable for the Cazadores. A low slider makes it 1-1. Another low slider. If he pitches another one, Stanley, you better be ready to swing. And as I said that, folks, you better clip that. A low slider leads to a Stanley Yelnats home run, and the Cazadores are handily they're just rolling now, and I feel bad for the Irvington locker room. They looked really strong earlier, but Kid Breezy was like, man, you know, it'd be great if I just shanked my whole career. And what was that? Is that Simon Woods hitting? Oh, nope, never mind. I was getting a little excited there, but Simon Woods almost hits a home run on the first pitch of the at-bat. And now Eagle Mandavi, who I'm very scared of. He's an intimidating old-looking guy. You know, far more intimidating than most old guys you see in the BHB. You know, I had a chance to interview him, and he wouldn't stop talking about his plans to buy a very big boat and just drive it all around the Gulf of Mexico. I asked him why he'd do that, and he said he didn't even know. He just kind of wanted to do it.
Nope, that's high.
2 high balls and a low strike. Like the contrast of pitches there, and that one's tipped. Mandavi turns around, he's like, nope, that's going straight to Rose's glove, and it does go straight to Rose's glove. As Ricky Rodriguez, who's 0 for 3, looking to do something, and he does do something. That one's rocketed right over there, off the wall, and Bubblegum will throw that in. I think Mandavi will score, and he does. And it's now 6-8. Don't write Irvington out yet. This is looking to be a great game, folks, and I'm just happy I happened to be there. And Woods looking a bit tired and not really in the mindset to keep maintaining like this. You don't want to have any of the relievers, especially San Juan relievers, who are prone to shanking the game. Ooh, nice changeup. As I was saying, San Juan relievers are prone to shanking the game, so you don't want to keep them out for too long. Always be disciplined. Ooh, speaking of discipline, Ricky got a little bit too cocky out there. Simir had to check him, and he didn't get the out, but he almost did. 2-1 the count. And that one's a shot, and this game could be tied. It is! Holy cow, folks. That one was just rocketed straight to the bullpen. And what is going on? If I'm either of these guys' bullpen coaches, I'm going in and demanding heads. Carter Williams, who's had his fair share of blowing games, will now have to deal with an 8-8 situation, or 8-8 situation. And no better way to start out than by giving up 3 balls straight to a guy who has not hit the ball so far. A good job battling back. Now it's a full count, and that one's chopped straight to Borquez. He manages to have a good throw for one, and that nightmare of an inning for the Cazadores is over. And look at that. Same amount of runs and errors, and I almost said hits, but 8 and 6 different numbers.
Number 36.
Ball inside.
Revving up his intimidating 2-seamer. However, he just threw 3 straight curveballs to Charlie Bubblegum and gets him biting. Infield guarding the lines against Borquez. Of course, he's a very intimidating pull hitter. He might just walk him there. Yep. And they're gonna walk him, and ooh, good pitch framing by Rodriguez. But they'll put him on again. You don't want to do that. I don't like pitching around guys, unless it's like a Mike Trout situation. But I don't think Borquez is exactly the guy you need to be pitching around. Then again, that might work out in the end as Rose, straight off getting a grand slam, decides, you know what, I'm just going to hit it straight to Ricky Rodriguez. Now Dusty Crust looking to bust. bust the ball. Not bust the ball. 1-1 the count. Another low slider. We've seen all day today the low slider is a pitch and a drop third strike, but that one very handily taken care of by the Desperados. And on the 8th inning, it's 8-8. Don't be late, as it is impossible to hate this game, and we've had a couple of great ones today. That one's to Borquez, who actually manages to do a routine infield play. And I am in complete shock. It seems that the infield is guarding the lines against Dre Mitchell, expecting him to pull the ball. I don't know.
That's outside.
Are they walking Dre Mitchell? Nope. Or maybe. Whatever they're doing, I don't know what it is. And yeah, they're going to walk Dre Mitchell, who's been 0 for 3 today. And put Motor, oh no, not Motor Jenkins. Speaking of Motor, this guy's name is Ferrari. And he'll try and put the momentum back in the Desperados' favor, and nope. Instead, they just forced a double play, and maybe that's what they were thinking. It's impossible to know what, Rosas was thinking, but a very good, a very lucky break for the Cazadores. It's now Bob Marley who have a chance to try and retake the lead. He's, of course, 0 for 3, looking very tense. He's also had a couple of off-field issues we'd rather not discuss, but honestly, I would have off-field issues too if I hit like that. That one is his 4th out of the game. McKinstry too. Will just pop that one on the first pitch. You gotta listen to, ooh, couldn't come up with it. And McKinstry will stay alive. 2 straight fouls, and ooh, almost caught him on that one. He'll chop that one. Dre Mitchell comes up with it, and McKinstry will ground out. Now it's time for Teddy Lambert. Unlike the previous, Teddy Lambert having a pretty good game, and we see it there. That one's a rocket over to Devin Anthony, and we could see something going, especially with Stanley Yelnats, who, if you remember correctly, I predicted would get a low slider and hit it for a home run. Could we see it again? Probably not. As ooh, Ricky Rodriguez can't come up with that, and Lambert, a pretty risky move. That one was very close. Oh, I think they're gonna walk him. They are. They're gonna walk Stanley Yelnats, and I would pull Carter Williams. I know that bullpen is bad, but oh, I don't agree with that call. I would have chosen Big Country. Can Theodore Birch make something happen? Yes, he does! And Lambert will round third to home. They don't even throw to home. And the Cazadores are back up on top, 8-9. And Charlie Bubblegum, who has not had a hit today, might want to add right now. He, nope. Ozare makes kind of a contortionist play. And now, the Cazadores are 3 outs away from winning their first ever series against Irvington. You've got to hand it to Irvington, though. They did not go down without a fight, and they still, I don't want to write this team off, because Eagle Mandavi could easily make it 9-9, and then we'll be right back where we were in the inning before. Full count. Twin Schneider has had mixed results. He was just a late off-season grab, looking to shore up that absolutely abysmal bullpen, with the exception of Woods. And Mondavi is on board for Wes Connors, who's had a great game. 2 singles, 3 RBIs. He might be player of the game, if not for Thomas Rose and his grand slam. Schneider, not looking very fresh right now. Another full count. What will happen here? A grounder over to Lambert. Lambert throws to Borquez, who throws to Schneider for a double play. And now it all comes down to Ricky. Schneider decides to throw it straight at the plate. Can't deflect it. That's how it works. That one's a low slider. And 3 balls for Ricky Rodriguez. 4 balls. You have to say, Ricky Rodriguez, if you might remember, if you're a really dedicated Cazadores fan, has a half-cousin named Joe Rodriguez, who was the old catcher. He, of course, never had a hit in about 7 games. And, woo, speaking of hit, that one's really well shot, but just not enough. Bubblegum will take it, and the Cazadores win an absolute thriller. And you've got to hand it to this Irvington team. They fought, and they fought hard, and I am really worried for who has to fight them next, because if this is the team that has 3 first-round draft picks, I'm worried. I am really worried, as we see 4 RBIs for Rose, a home run by Pressing, Anthony, Rose, and Yelnats. Not a lot of strikeouts on either side, and the winning pitcher today, Carter Williams. Twin Schneider with the save, and the loss goes to Sauce. Ah, that's kind of nice. Devin Anthony, his home run puts him on top. Wes Connors second, who I thought would be the MVP, but I guess the voters thought differently. And Thomas Rose, his one contribution ended up being the whole ball game as a grand slam shifts the momentum. And we'll be right back, folks, after a short intermission. Let me look at the chat and just kind of address that. Way too close. What was the score? If you're just joining us, the score from Atlanta was 3-0 Marauders. They managed to sweep the leg. A great 9th inning turn of events to put them ahead and to win the series. As you can see, I'm just looking at the chat right now. But honestly, guys, I'd just like to say it right here. I do not believe what the BHB mag said, that, you know, Irvington was completely tanking. They've got some good pieces, and they are only getting stronger in the draft. They've got a lot of guys to handle. Turkeys versus Empire. This one's my game of the week, or would have been my series of the week coming into this, but honestly, all of these have been great series. Jimbo Smithers will start off for the Turkeys. As for your Empire, it is Maxwell Reed, who I have not had the honor. He's the only pitcher on the Empire rotation not to be originally from San Juan. Danielson, Thompson, Kaynell, Spinner, and Simpson all played for the San Juan Cazadores, which I don't hold that against them. Cazadores have pretty great pitching coaches. I'm just kidding. No, they don't. They literally just coach themselves in San Juan. That might be a rumor. That might be just the guys messing with me. Who cares? We're starting it off here in the Apple Bowl. Or actually, Apple Field. Apple Bowl was the pre-beta name. It's very blurry on my reading, but who cares? And not a great way to start it off. That one's a pop-up straight to Rob Masters' glove. Salvadori Cash Money, who I remember from absolutely dominating the Cazadores last year. Looking very intimidating in the box. Takes too early. Maxwell Reed pops that one up. Pretty deep, but not deep enough, as the Jasper Probing Crush the third comes down with it. Now Grayson King looking to do something. 1-1 the count. A lot of Turkey fans in the audience today. You'd expect a smaller market like Albuquerque to not have a lot of fans, especially in... Oh! Ooh! And a routine infield grounder turns into a base runner, as I think Merle McGuire, I'd have to check again who that second baseman was, but he could not come up with a ball. And now all of a sudden, yeah, Miles Anthony, and that didn't amount to much, but that has to be really demoralizing if you are about 10 feet away from the guy and you can't get the glove on that ball. Joey Phillips of course, loves to face the Turkeys, especially during that playoff series. However, you wouldn't know it from there, as that one's a grounder straight over to the second baseman.
Number 17.
Donnie Dick shot just grounds that one straight over. And Rob Masters, can we make it 3? I hope not. I want an exciting game. But 3 grounders to the right side of the infield would be pretty interesting. Jimbo Smithers is like, yeah, I'm not going to let that happen either, as he gives up 4 straight balls as he pitches around him. Biscuit Basher has been recently working on getting the bat on the ball. You can see with that contact spike, as he was originally known for just killing it, being a very good three-way batter. Can he bash it here? And not really. He'll bash it over to Salvador Cashmoney's glove, or Salvatore Cashmoney's glove.
Now batting, the short.
Diablo Diaz, an intimidating name. Will that bat match that name? Kirky Turkey's in an interesting position. Ooh! Excuse me, Diablo Diaz does back up his name as he rockets that one over to the left field bleachers, and we have ourselves a ball game. The Kirky Turkeys get on first. 1-0.
Now batting, the catcher, number 2.
Oh, hey, Philip. Hey, Philip. Anyway, Nick Tingle up to the plate, and can he repeat? No! Oh! He does! He repeats what Diablo Diaz, he's like, I think they had a little bit of a bet, like, I bet you can hit it to left field. And, well, they both won the bet there, 2-0 early on, and the floodgates are opening up, and Tom Schaefer is looking to increase this lead. That one's a shot, but Donnie Dick shot can come up with it and just flip it over to Merle McGuire. Bit of a confidence booster that you aren't just giving up home runs if I was Maxwell Reed.
No, that's low. No, inside.
Down low.
Foul ball.
That one's dribbled. Jacob Hartfield. High one on Jacob Hartfield, and he'll be walked. And Maxwell Reed, after a pretty great looking opening inning, has not really followed it up all that well. Jimbo Smithers looking to bunt. I'm very anti-bunt. I said it, I'll say it in every game. Might as well just swing. You saw Symir Woods and how he did. Look! This is why I'm anti-bunt. As a quick double play and great thinking on Rob Masters to stop the bleeding. And Jimbo Smithers, who should be humiliated after that double play, gives up a single to start it off. And yeah, you've got to really account for this Empire lineup. They look really strong. And they are not going to let you just get away with, oh, hold on. I just left the page. Oh, there it is. They're not going to let you get away with getting 2 on them. No lead is insurmountable in the BHB, but especially not for these guys. But that one's just dribbled over. Now we've got Jack Johnson on third with 1 away. Low ball.
No, that's high.
High. That one will be a ball. Oh, low strike, I should say. Miles Anthony. His glove might be bad, but let's see what his bat's like. That one's another foul. And whoosh! Miles Anthony goes down on a high breaking ball, and now it's all down to Jasper Probencrux III.
No, that's inside.
To try and put something on the board for New York.
Ball inside.
Low. Quick 2-2 count. That one is shot right over to the crowd and the bleachers. Woohoo! Breaks his bat and just conjures up a new one. Doesn't even matter. He's not going to use it as he just goes down looking. Might as well just stood there with the broken bat if you're not going to swing on that one. As Maxwell Reed, with no run support, has to go out there and face that Turkeys lineup again. Max Chapman,
Ball, that's inside.
his first one aboard.
Foul ball.
Another foul ball, another souvenir for the New York fans. That one's hit right to Miles Anthony, and they manage. And what? He looks to be hobbling back to the dugout. We're getting reports that it is a tweaked knee. Miles Anthony, great defensive play, stops possibly a single.
The second baseman,
But
number 17.
that is not good for Max Chapman. He was seen grabbing his knee earlier. We can't really pull up a replay, but just take our word for it. Just trust me on this one. 2-1 the count. 3-1 the count on Grayson King.
Ball four.
And Grayson King take a nice leisurely stroll over.
First baseman,
Is now Titanis Englesmith. Will have a chance to put more on the board. Woo. He's swinging for the fences there. You could see it. Don't want to tear your meniscus.
No, inside.
And that one's shot right over to Joey Phillips. And now 2 are aboard, 2 out. And Reed really needs to make a stop, especially against Diablo Diaz, who had a home run and looks to be rolling right now. And exactly when I said that, Diablo Diaz continues his hot streak
now
and puts another run on the board for the Turkeys. And Mick Tingle is on board. Dick Schott finally retires Mick Tingle, but not before another run gets aboard, and that's a bit of a discrepancy. We saw earlier with the Irvington game, no lead is too big, but the Empire have to do something here. They have to at least get a man on board to show that they're not completely dead. Of course, with an Empire loss, the San Juan Cazadores would take sole leadership of the Bartolian League. Ooh, a nice strikeout by Jimbo Smithers. Pitching coaches in Kirky are the envy of the league, as they have guys that would make any other team jealous. They've got aces all over. And Joey Phillips, true to his turkey killing ways, gets on board, and Donnie Dickshot, with the table set a little bit, is looking to get something done. And not really. As Tom Schaefer, hold on, I'm just drinking my water. As Tom Schaefer will take it out. Now Donnie Dickshot probably would have given Irvington at least 2 wins in that last series. However, I wouldn't complain if I were him. New York is a lovely city, and this team is loaded. And a great, can't come up with a great play. What would have been a web gem by Grayson King. Don't get 2 down. That one really, that one really could have just been left alone. You didn't have to risk injury there. But now 2 are aboard for Biscuit Basher, Kenny Bash. Ooh, swings on one. That was the changeup. Ooh, 2 straight pitches, 2 straight strikes, and that one's a shot. Salvador Gashmoney is going back. Can he reach it? Yes, he can. And a bit of a contortionist move by Salvatore to retire Basher and stop what could have been a run, if not 2. Tom Schaefer up to the plate. That one's a dribbler right to Merlin McGuire for number 1.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 27.
Jacob Hartfield with a walk.
Ball outside.
That one's a foul ball. Murley McGuire is going back, and gets it. 2 outs, but both at the hands of Mr. Murley. Or Mr. McGuire, I should say.
Nope. High.
High one on Jimbo Smithers. You don't need to pitch around a pitcher. They're not exactly known for their batting skill. I think Maxwell Reed heard as he starts to pitch more aggressively. He forces a bad grounder right over to retire on the side. 1-2-3 inning. Jack Johnson, Murley McGuire, Miles Anthony up next. Johnson grimaces a little and looks to make this game a little bit closer. He had a single his last at bat.
No. Inside.
Low ball, 2 strikes already, and looks on a pretty nasty looking curveball. Out number 1 and strikeout number 4 for Jimbo, who really looks confident on that mound.
That's outside.
But as I say that, he gives up 3 straight balls to Murley McGuire.
Take your base.
That's 4. Murley gets to stroll over, and Miles Anthony is next up. On a low slider, right into the glove of Mr. Grayson King. Now, the problem with this Kirky Turkeys rotation is that they are old. And this age really could be a concern coming into the offseason. You know, a lot of these teams have a lot of veterans. But with this youth movement going on, will the Turkeys capitalize and possibly take a pitching prospect high? That one's golfed right into the glove of Jacob Hartfield to retire the side. And you have to also look at the Empire. With 3 pitchers, all 3 are kind of on the older side. And woo, Max Chapman looking neither fit nor confident in the batter's box as he hobbles over to first for out number 1. Salvatore Cash Money, 0 for 2 today.
Ball inside.
He also has one of the weirdest looking batting stances in the league. I am not a big fan. But if it makes him hit like that, why matter? As that one goes right to Joey Phillips. And now Salvatore has his first hit of the game. And Grayson King, who has been on base both times to the plate, will look to make this even bigger for the Turkeys. Low ball.
Nope, that's high.
Curve a bit too high. Should have jumped on that one. Because then you'll just end up whiffing on a terrible... That is not a pitch you want to swing on.
Now batting, the first baseman,
And now
number 21.
Maxwell Reed can escape the situation. Just has to get through Titanus Anglesmith. Anglesmith has been known to just hit about anything.
That's outside.
And who said that hitting anything was a good hit? Or, I mean, I'm trying to make this a bit more smooth, but that was just a bad grounder right over to Jack Johnson. End of inning, and the Empire, 9-1-2. And keeping Maxwell Reed on board, will look to make this game a little bit less one-sided. 2 strikes. And that was a shot. Jimbo Smithers kind of had to duck to not get hit by the ball. And, I mean, come on. You just gave... Yeah. He does not look nearly as confident after giving up that hit to a pitcher. As Joey Phillips will hit that one. Plenty of room to make a play is Mr. Schaefer for out number 1. Donnie Dickshot, the newest addition to this New York team, looking to prove his metal.
That's high.
And
That's inside.
going back to earlier, I just saw a message about this. Irvington, who just lost Donnie Dickshot, really is not out of the picture at all. You've got, I know the Bartolian League, or the Colonial League, I'm sorry, is very stacked. That one, of course, is a pop-up straight to the second baseman. But I know the Colonial League is stacked. But you cannot write off Irvington just because they lost one piece. That is, of course, a very vital piece of your team and your identity. But, I mean, look at how they played against San Juan. That is not a team that is dead on impact. This is a team that can fight, and that's a team that can win. And whoa, what a catch by Max Chapman. And he had a knee, he apparently has a knee injury, but you would not tell from the way he just jumped out there with no regard for his well-being on the way down and ends that inning.
Ball, that's inside.
Diablo Diaz, 2 for 2. And really living up to his name right now. And that was a shot. Great reaction by Merle McGuire.
Number 2.
Now Mick Tingle, who has had the other home run today from the Turkeys. Maxwell Reed, the fact that he is still in there is quite worrying, especially at 73. Ooh. As soon as I doubt the man, he pitches an absolute gem of an at-bat. I don't know how many strikeouts he's thrown, but that one was one of his better ones. Tom Schaefer takes 2 balls. Strike 1. That one's a shot down the left or right field line, but that one will curve foul.
Nope, that's inside.
Now full count. Schaefer should not have swung on that one. That one would have been a walk. And instead, he has to watch the rest of the game from the dugout, or at least the next couple of innings from the dugout. Never mind, what am I saying? He's on the field. Disregard that last statement. Jimbo Smithers pitching to Biscuit Basher, and the only thing he bashed is that bat. We'll walk over and get another one. We just cut it there. And that one's a blooper. Hartfield is able to come up with it. Number 1. Zach Johnson will shoot that one. That one is a great hit over to the gap about 402 feet away from the plate. Salvador Cash Money, a good throw to stop him from going 3, but that is a great way to start something up for Merle McGuire.
Ball inside. Go. Ball high.
3-1 the count. I'm in kind of a tense situation. This one could easily
Take your base.
go back in the umpire's favor. Woo. Interesting choice. I guess you can't really choose to throw a ball, but that's the game for Jimbo Smithers. 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, as now they stick it to John Andrews to dig themselves out of the mess.
Go high.
That one's a foul right down the line. And whiffs on a great high inside fastball, and they could dig themselves out of this. Depends on if DeJasper Provenkrux III doesn't do that, and he does do that. End of inning, end of threat. Kirky stays alive, 3-0. 8-9-1 when we come back, which is right now.
Left fielder, number 27.
Low.
Good pitch, low.
No, that's high.
That one's high. That one's also low. Maxwell Reed avoiding Jacob Hartfield, which baffles me, but I'm not a major league pitcher.
Nope.
That one's out number 1 to Joey Phillips.
Number 26.
John Andrews staying in the box. Bit of overconfidence there by the manager. I don't know what I would have done, but Honestly, if I knew that at bat would end like that, might have just pulled him there. That one ends up in Dick Shot's glove. Is now Max Chapman, who is strained and has not had a hit today, but had an absolute gem of a defensive play, decides to just ground it right over to Merle McGuire, 1-2-3 inning. And you know, that New York has kind of solidified ever since the first couple innings. Maxwell Reed will finally get pulled for Dale Rotten.
No, inside.
Rotten takes it 1-1, 2-1,
That's low.
3-1, two of the same pitch.
That's ball 4.
And ball 4, not a good way to start it out, especially with the explosiveness of the New York lineup. Joey Phillips looking to prove he can hit it again, basically. And woo, Mick Tingle cannot come up with it. That one should be, and it is, an extra base for Mr. Rotten. And that one's not really rocketed, more kind of golfed over to Tom Schaefer. Rotten, number 1. Donnie Dickshot is up to the plate. And you can just feel that intimidation factor. And again, Mick Tingle has got to put his glove on the ball there, as that's now 2 bases given up just by poor catching. And that one, whoa, interesting decision there. Will they catch him? I don't know if I'd have run on that one. But now Max Chapman is chasing him down. Mick Tingle will get it, and that one is out. What was that? You had another batter, and that batter is Rob Masters, who is very good. So why did you run? This is like Little League levels of why. But I guess we'll never know. John Andrews pitching to Rob Masters. 2-2 the count. A low slider, or actually low screwball. And he catches him on a high one. Freezes him up, and now it's time for Anita K now. K now, looking to get some Ks, preferably in the near present. Good start, starts up on a changeup.
Nope, inside.
That one way inside, almost by the wrists. And that one gets by second baseman. As now Grayson King will step up to the plate, trying to make something happen. Grayson King will golf that one over. Running back is the runner, and Probing Crux will take care of that.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Titanus Anglesmith. The single on the day. Can he make it 2? Can he make it more than a single?
That's down.
So many questions. 1-2 the count. That one's popped up straight over to Jack Johnson. Not a very good at bat at all by Titanus Anglesmith. As now it's time for Diablo Diaz. Continue living up to his name, or maybe to do that.
That's up.
1-2 the count. Diaz on the ropes, and nope. Right when you thought he was gonna get down and get a K, instead he has his 3rd RBI of the day, all in 3 different at-bats. Great game for Diablo, and if he gets a triple, he has himself a cycle. I don't know if there are any cycles so far in BHB recorded history. Strike on Tingle. Tingle looking tense. Even though he hit a home run, he's not done very well with his glove. Never mind. Sometimes you don't need a glove. You're going to hit like that, as Mick Tingle has his 2nd RBI of the game. And between Diaz and Tingle, every single runner has scored from their bats. Schaefer 0 for 3. They slid him back to second or seventh. I don't really agree with that call, but maybe today is an indication of how he's been so far this season. 3-1 the count, 4-1 the count, and Anita K now is having a bit of a rough time out there, not looking very confident and not looking like she's getting any Ks. That one's hit over the dick shot, and that should be the end of the inning. It is. But now the Empire have but 2
Now batting, the left fielder.
half innings, 6 outs to make up 5 runs. Low strike. That one is great. A great hit by Biscuit Basher. His first of the day, and good job. That is a great way to start off some sort of rally. You can see the rally caps starting to form. Low strike on Jack Johnson. Another low strike. That one's hit. Left field, not enough. Tom Schaefer will throw, but now Biscuit Basher's on third. Can the Empire show some sort of pulse? Depends on how Merle McGuire handles this at bat. You can see the fans, look at them. They're getting a bit entertained. Or not a bit entertained, they've been entertained all game. And look at that. I don't know if that one's going out, but that one's far. And the first one of the game for New York off the bat of Merle McGuire on a triple.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 20.
And Miles Anthony looking to hit it, Miles. Never mind, if a mile is about 6 feet or 90 feet, then that's a mile. Meanwhile, the Jasper Corbin across the third, transition seamlessly from baseball or from football to baseball, is trying to shorten this lead even more. Of course, has not contributed anything so far to the offensive side of the ball, so, and he continues not to. Salvatore Cash Money will retire the side, but not before the Empire retaliate. They still need 3 runs and hope that nothing happens with the 9-1-2. But this is a good show of force to at least give them some ray of hope. Tony Longball. Interesting name, interesting count, 2-2, and I don't know if his name is as fitting as Diablo Diaz, as he really should be named Tony grounds out to Donnie Dickshot for the first out. Max Chapman, 0 for 4, not looking very fresh, 0 for 5 now, and who is this? Is this another guy in the BHB locker room?
It would be if my computer wouldn't blue screen. Hold on.
Interesting. We'll get our tech department on that. Meanwhile, Jack Johnson gets the glove department on that ball, and Zimbabwe Cash Money is looking to sweep the leg and finish the job. It's all down to whoever all down to Uncle Fudge, Joey Phillips, and Donnie Dickshot. One of those is not like the other, and that one is batting right now, Uncle Fudge. Called up from Scranton Wilkes-Barre or wherever the AAA team for the Empire is. However, he is fighting. Full count. Fouls it off. Continues to stay alive. And ball 4. And Big Tingle, he's getting a little lazy. He's like, I'm already done. I've already got plans for tomorrow. Mick, it is still the ball game, and you still have the Empire lineup right in front of you. You can't be slacking yet. Strike 2 on Joey Phillips called. Ben, how do you feel about this? Especially after that strikeout on Joey Phillips, a rare sight indeed.
The shortstop, number 17.
Donnie Dickshot 0 for 4 today. That can be erased with one swing of the bat. As soon as I say that, ladies and gentlemen, the gap is now 1. Donnie Dickshot, welcome to New York. As that one goes 404 feet to the right field bleachers and drives in Uncle Fudge. Rob Masters looking to follow it up and make this game a little bit more interesting. Zimbabwe Cash Money looks like he just saw a man die. How do you feel about that, big man?
I'm mad that I missed Uncle Fudge.
Ooh. Cash Money, after giving up a home run, decides, yeah, I'll just strike him out. Maybe he's toying with his prey. Maybe he's making them think they have a chance. Or maybe he has no idea what he's doing. And might be the latter after Biscuit Basher gets the second hit of the game. Right over there. Of course, after this game on the BSN network, we have what turned out to be an incredible series between LA and Cleveland. We have our Cleveland Steamers analyst and also announcer, big man on this. Ooh, Mick Tingle drops another. That is his 4th of the game.
What is he doing?
I think he's checked out.
Yeah, that's
and that will do it. A good comeback attempt by the Empire, but sadly not enough. The Turkeys take the game and the series 5-4, same amount of hits, and it was all Diablo Diaz. Look at that. You see 3 RBIs for Diaz, 2 for Tingle. On the other side, Dickshot with a home run after going 0 for 4 before.
Max Chapman with the greatest stat line of the day, 0 for 5 with absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing except that great grab. I don't know if you saw that, but he had...
I don't think I did. Is that what got him hurt?
It was like... No, he got hurt just like running to first base in an absolutely humiliating.
Nice.
But while he had not a broken knee, but a hurt knee, he decided, you know what, I'll redeem myself and do a Matrix-style diving play. Anyway, folks, if you're a Kirky fan, you get it. You get that win. How are you feeling today, big man? It's a slow day in the office before that point.
Very, very slow. I woke up late, so I'm here late, but figured I'd pop in for this one.
Yeah, of course, you are the BSN, not BHB, BSN insider on the Cleveland Steamers. What do you have to say about the Cleveland Steamers? Is there any news that we need to know about?
What you need to know about is that I would prefer we win 20-2 again. I don't really know what else to say here. This has been a really back and forth series, though. I could go either way.
I'd have to say, if they manage to lose this game, I'd be quite crazy that you managed to lose a 20 to what, 20-2, and still take the series.
I mean, that says a lot about the Wild things if they manage to pull that off.
That would be a wild thing. You see what I did there? Haha.
I do see what you did there.
Anyway, as we get out to the plate, usual lineups on both sides. Andy Young versus Nuke LaLoosh. A veteran versus a rookie. Yelich will start it off. Actually, I think, didn't Prince Yelich, wasn't he back in the order?
He has been moved up and back. Again, we went with a different lineup for this series. So Yelich used to be like 6. He's batting first right now, though. We'll try some new things out.
Oh, I mean, look at that. If he has that type of plate discipline, he deserves that first spot. And Javier Brizzo.
He chills in the 8th spot normally, but we moved him up to 2 for this one as well.
So yeah, exactly. You get the rookies, the young guys getting high leverage positions. Only really Cleveland can do that and not skip a beat. Andy Young getting in control trouble early. And he'll just golf that one straight over. Out number one, Ricochet.
Now batting the first baseman.
Don Mattingly with his
Number
neon
3.
green aesthetic. Will rocket that one straight over to Carlos Ramos. And now suddenly
The third
two are on the
baseman,
board.
number
And
18.
Roger Chambers, who was the hero of last year's title run, looking to do a bit of heroics early on.
Pretty sure he's wishing Young was a right-handed pitcher, though. Look at that trait he's got going on down there. He can't even use it.
Ooh, power against right-handed pitchers. Interesting choice. And that doesn't even matter. He could have had a power against an ambidextrous pitcher if he hit like that, as that would be a 2 RBI double to start it off for Cleveland. And they know the stakes. They cannot
Number 11.
lose this series after having a 20-point, or an 18, like a 20-run win. Chumbawamba. And Roger Chambers is like, yeah, I don't really feel like taking third. He could have taken third if he was a little more disciplined.
I mean, he's not the fastest guy on the team, so it makes sense why he didn't run.
I guess so.
Please get there.
Chumbawamba.
Ah!
Now batting the left
Interesting.
fielder, number 5.
Deflects off his bat or glove, but still manages to cash him in. Andy Young does not look very good. You can see his face, right, Andy? Or right, big man?
Are we talking about on the screen or in the player card? Because his face on the player card looks absolutely ridiculous.
If that's a face of pure fear.
Now
That's
batting
scary.
the catcher,
He's a very scary
number
man.
14.
And I would be scared too. Thermos Monsoon, who has been absolutely immolating the league this first half, looking to follow it up. And we didn't even mention Steamers have another point on the board off
Yeah,
an
big man
error.
too.
And again,
Now
this
batting
is getting
the
ugly
right
early.
fielder,
Asuka
number
Suzuki,
51.
or isn't it Ashka? I think it
I
was
think it's
Ashka.
Asuka. I think it's Asuka. Yeah, I fully
Yeah,
don't know how to
Asuka
pronounce it.
Suzuki.
I think it's pronounced AHSKA, and I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm just gonna say Asuka.
Ashka Suzuki. If I'm saying it wrong, DM me in Discord or whatever. And Ashka Azuka, either way, she knows how to hit the ball. As now bases are loaded, the entire lineup has been
Now
on
batting
board.
the pitcher,
And
number
we
50.
know what
didn't Randy
happens when,
no, hold
when
on.
we have
Didn't Randy
Randy
Grand
Johnson with a loaded base situation. You know what happens next. I've been- I've been. Oh, it's a grand slam.
Man.
Nice. Wow.
Oh.
Never mind. Ricochet will end the inning, but not before the entire lineup cycles through and 3 runs are cashed in.
The left fielder, number
And how do you
15.
respond as LA?
This Carlos Ramos guy has been haunting my dreams all week. He ruined the shutout game 1.
Oh, yes. We have to give Carlos Ramos credit.
The
Now,
right fielder,
Ramos was traded from New York for the first overall pick, which was later given up for Donnie Dickshot, among other things. So in a way, Carlos Ramos and Donnie Dickshot are forever entwined.
You could say that.
We never know what will happen in the future, but it'll be interesting to see if they ever meet. And
Isn't
as
the
we see
draft
that,
tomorrow?
Randy Johnson has a nice strikeout. And Pabst Bear Hat Man. Or, is it Bear? Yeah, Bear Hat Man, right?
I genuinely have no idea. There's probably some better way to pronounce it, but it looks like Bear Hat Man to me. So I mean,
So I think it's Bear Hat Man, but it might be Beer Hat Man, like the thing with the 2 beers.
Pabst Blue Ribbon. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, the world
Doesn't
may
matter,
never
he's out.
know
The second
as
baseman,
Yelich comes
number
back up to
6.
the plate. Andy Young looking like he aged 10 years with the amount of stress he's been put through.
Can't find the zone either.
Yeah. The only thing he's really finding,
Is how to lose this game.
I was gonna say trouble, but yeah, also
Yeah,
how
he
to
found more of that.
As I really
Now batting, the shortstop.
am worried for Andy Young, and I'm worried for LA if they continue to put this guy out there.
Off the plate.
The way
LA
this game's going, he's taking a fastball to the face in the next inning.
probably.
This is straight up
Honestly, that
execution.
would be the cherry on top. But it seems
Oh my
even with
God.
that, LA would keep this guy in if they're just letting
Pull
him.
this
they're
guy.
just letting him
Pull
be
this
a
guy.
pitching machine. No one out. 2 runs. What is going on?
Remember Game 5? This looks a lot like Game 5 right now.
Didn't we win game 5? Which one did we
I don't
win?
remember who
Oh
won.
no, you won game
Yeah,
3.
yeah, Hartford
I
threw the
remember.
game. Williams
I
threw the game,
renounced
right?
that game. Oh, and wow!
Oh,
when you
God.
thought it couldn't get uglier early,
It
this
gets
could
uglier.
be like game 2 of this series. As it is now 6-0 off a bomb to
Oh,
left
my
field,
Lord.
off the big surf or under the big surfboard.
Now pitching.
And he's gone.
Finally gone. But it's a
Oh,
right-handed
that is
pitcher.
the
I don't
win.
know whoever is the skipper for Los Angeles. I do not agree, especially with a fastball pitcher that pitches low fastballs or low sliders, and is a right-hander. As
Now batting,
we
the
all
center
know
fielder, number 11.
how Roger Chambers just eats right-handers.
That could be the quickest single pitcher pull I've ever seen in this league.
No, Ricardo Zaragoza, he got hit in the head, I think the second at bat.
I don't know. I don't know if that counts because he wasn't hurt that one.
Yeah, well, if other than hurt, yeah, I'd have to.
Yeah,
we'd have
I
to go
don't
back to
count
the
that one.
archives. And this guy isn't even any better. He's about to load the bases with nobody out.
Oh
He
my
does.
God!
Los Angeles,
The catcher,
And it's
Really
Thermos.
neat. they really need some pitching help right now. If I were LA, I would definitely be looking at the plethora of pitching prospects in the league right now. There are so many good guys. We can't tolerate this level of pitching.
right fielder,
As a
BK is currently looking
sacrifice
at Ricky Kwan's stats as we speak. We need Ricky. Tank for Ricky.
Tank for Ricky. I kind of agree with that. Then again, they don't even have they don't have a first round pick, so they'll
Oh,
have
that's
to
not
be.
good.
They'll have to hope that someone falls to them. And that one's
gonna have to.
popped up right in the air. Ashika Suzuki, and the lineup is almost foul ball barely,
Catcher didn't get the memo.
and Ricochet trying to turn 2. And doesn't make it. That will be another run, and the entire lineup has cycled through again. And big man, we might have to shift our focus from today's game over to more more general things.
We can talk
The
big
momentum
picture
keeps
here.
going this way.
If this goes up 30-0, then yes, I fully agree.
'Cause you can see you can see how many Cleveland fans are in attendance today.
This isn't
And
even a
what a
Cleveland-
shot!
Oh my God.
Could this
Oh
be?
my God,
No,
please.
it's not enough, but oh my
Ah.
God. What
Man,
a
now batting, the first baseman,
game.
number
I wanted that
84.
so badly, and now I'm just disappointed.
And
Oh, would
what
you look at that?
a retaliation strike on the first pitch. LA is not dead. Folks,
The return of
We-
Game 5.
this might not be
Now,
over, folks.
the catcher, number
No
That was
lead
twin screw, too.
is insurmountable. As ladies and gentlemen,
now batting,
we got ourselves a bit of an interesting situation here.
number
Now,
Twin screw, I'm not getting out of the box, man. You just hit a home run. Get out of here. Get out of here. Chad, he's telling me to
Wait,
get out of
man.
the box.
Twin Screw, I was really close to signing Twin Screw. I'm very glad I got Teddy Lambert slash Shane, but Twin Screw is legit, and he's got the potential. If you put another piece around him or two, this is a lineup for the ages. This is a lineup that can make even the Steamers and Empire intimidated. And as I said that, Chumbawamba runs close to the warning track, not all the way. A very intimidating out. Now holding two dicks.
This is the best name in the league. This is the best name in the entire league.
Well, we'd have to go through the archives again. This year, during the award ceremony, we need to have best name. I planned that last year, but it didn't pan out. We need to have an award show, and then we need to have some guy, probably like have you walk out on stage, or theoretically walk out on stage. Ladies and gentlemen,
holding two dicks.
And the award for greatest name in BHB. The nominees are Charlie Bubblegum, and then a picture of Charlie Bubblegum.
Oh my god.
Holding two dicks.
Uncle Fudge has to be in there as well.
Uncle Fudge. And Wayne. And the winner
we already got another pitcher.
And another change. Martin Daddario pitches against his old employers after that embarrassing walk, and immediately forces a double play, making him instantly better than any other pitcher that has pitched so far today for LA.
I mean, he definitely turned it around since he left us, because when he was with us, he was the butt end of every joke.
Oh, he was like the Carter Williams? Well, except Carter Williams.
He was even worse, the Ed Luz Diaz.
Ouch.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 6.
What do we got here?
Martin Daddario just grounds out. Par for course. But I mean, you need far better than par to come back from this lead. Randy Johnson really wants to keep holding on to this. That one's hit straight over to Javier Brizzo.
I've received word that Pabst Bear Hatman is pronounced exactly how it looks.
Exactly.
So it is Bear Hatman.
Bear Hatman. That's good to know, actually. And Dong Mattingly making a great grab to retire the side, and what a discrepancy.
The third baseman, number 18.
And let me look at the chat.
left-hander in.
Let me look at the chat quickly. Ripple skid mark is pretty solid. Oh yeah, Ripple skid mark.
I haven't seen that one.
Ripple skid mark. He's in the minor leagues. We're gonna see him in a couple days at the official draft. And Daddario just walked Roger Chambers. He'd rather risk just keeping him walked than what happens when he pitches one down the middle. Chumbo.
Well, I mean, Daddario is a left-hander, so that might have gone in his favor.
Yeah.
Lord Chumba.
And Chumba, the reigning MVP, will get on for a second hit of the game. Duke Hammer. Duke the Nuke.
Duke has been good.
Duke. I mean, Duke is pretty intimidating. Duke Hammer is an intimidating name. Really need an intimidating name thing, too. Duke Hammer, Diablo Diaz.
I think he's going to drive one in here. Yep, he's driving one in.
And another RBI for the Duke.
Now batting, the catcher, number 14.
As now Thermos Monsoon.
What's his streak at this point? Is it like 18 games of this? Oh, dear Lord.
Oh, my God. That
There's
one was hit all the way to the Pacific Ocean, ladies and gentlemen. Thermos Monsoon, whose hit streak was broken yesterday, doesn't even seem to care as he just rockets that one all the way over to the deep blue sea.
Number
We're about to go
As-
through the entire lineup again. I just want to. Oh wait, no, we're not. I forgot we had a 1-2-3 inning. But
As Asuka Suzuki, and if you'll give me 1 second,
Now batting,
I just need
the
to
pitcher, number
do
51.
something. You mind if you just announce here quickly?
I will take over for 2 seconds. Don't worry about it. Dario pitches to Johnson. He rockets one backwards. This is a foul ball. Nothing there. It is one with 2 outs. Almost hit with the pitch. It is now going to 1 the count. This
And
one is
I'm
right down the
back.
middle, and he's back. Cool. All right.
And I am back, and just in time to. What was that? What?
What just happened?
Did you see that?
There were like 3 guys there.
All right, so the first baseman, he gets back, he gets under the ball, and he's like, "No, I'm okay." And then the second baseman is like, "What? What'd you say?"
This is not my
All
job.
the way over. What? What? That play is pretty much this entire game so far.
This is the epitome of this game. This just what happened there.
What? Yeah. I mean, in all of my 4 games of announcing, I have never seen anything like that.
Have you seen 4 pitchers in 4 innings? Because I'm pretty sure we just did.
4 pitchers. We're gonna see starters. We're gonna see either Fender Goodwin is gonna pitch until his arm falls off, or we're gonna start seeing pitchers just mopping up the residue.
They're gonna bring in the closer in the 5th. Oh boy.
11-1. If you are just joining us, earlier in the game or earlier games, the Marauders beat the Man Meats 3-0.
Really?
The Cazadores came back to beat the Desperados. An incredible game on both ends. 9-8. Cazadores win. And finally, the Empire failed to come back, got very close off a Donnie Dick shot home run, as the Turkeys hold on to win 5-4.
So what does that
Yes.
lead the I don't know what I was gonna say. What does that lead the end of series totals then? Like did Marauders or Man Meats take the series? Do you know that?
So Marauders swept,
Are you for real?
Cazadores won. So yeah, Marauders, Cazadores, Turkeys, and barring a miracle, split for this series.
Yeah.
Which
Well then,
I did not
I
expect.
think
I think
I
I got,
messed up some predictions this week.
I got about 2 right. And
I
you know,
predicted. I got.
I was talking to Shane actually that we were talking about how to do our predictions better in the Cazadores locker room, and we thought about just splitting it all. Like everyone picks something different, and then at least one person gets it.
That's kind of
And then
smart,
another-
actually.
It seems smart, but then at the same time, you're always gonna get like your ceiling's a lot lower. But honestly, in the BHB, where you have no idea who power against right-handed
Oh
pitcher,
boy.
and this happens to be a right-handed pitcher who is completely unaware. Oh,
For those of you watching and don't know about traits, please save up for them. Otherwise, because you can get fancy stuff like this.
ooh. Actually,
It's got-
I don't want to spoil too much, but traits are playing a very big role in a lot of the teams.
Yeah, I think both my guys are going to be able to get one next progression. No, Chumba's got his eyes on RBI, man. Traits are really cool.
He's
though.
got RBI, man.
Yeah,
really-
he's not yet. He's gonna get it. I think.
Saving up. I actually am saving up for RBI, man, as we speak, for Jamie Borquez. I really hope I can afford it.
What is it? 35?
It's 45, and then
Oh, I thought. Oh, okay then.
I mean, we need to see how this works, but this right-hander, strategy seems to be very, very smart, especially in the very right-handed centric league.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
think
call.
almost all of my pitchers are righties.
Look at Fender Goodwin only not giving up any runs. I'm proud of this guy.
Good job. You did the bare minimum.
You did the bare minimum, and that's it. Nothing more.
You did the bare minimum and are the best pitcher by a country mile.
And
No,
he loaded
well,
the bases.
well.
What am I talking about.
The bases are loaded, and this is Thermos Monsoon, front runner, or I'd say MVP contender. I don't know if he's a front runner because Twin Screw's been killing it. So we could see it. This would be about 10 points worth of stuff if he manages to get it out. Nope.
Oh, he got some. Oh!
What a play! Saved at least a run there. And was that really loud? I kind of screamed into the mic there.
I was also very excited, even though I was kind of hoping we get a grand salami. But
You know, sometimes you gotta take it where it is. And if you'll excuse me, I have got to be somewhere. It has been great, big man. Can you take over? I give you my sword and my saber.
Absolutely.
All right, I forgot what the metaphor is. Thank you very much.
No problem. Have a great one. All right, so I'm taking over, it looks like. First out of the inning goes to Chambers, who makes a diving grab on the third baseline from Ricochet. Coming up next is Skylar Stevens. First ball to him. Johnson is locked in. He's looking dangerous right now. Second ball is a little high. This one is also low. And they are going to pitch him a strike now. And they're going to walk him. So now there's a man on base. That is Johnson's first walk of the day. Here's Holden Tudix, which is the greatest name to ever exist in this league. Excuse me, that was his second walk. I wasn't looking at my stats here. So far, some solid stats for Johnson. 4 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 2 walks, no strikeouts. And Tudix is going to hit one into center field. This is all Chumba. Chumba takes care of it. Man runs back to first smartly. Coming up next is the pitcher, Fender Goodwin. Would not be surprised if they pinched him here. They do. This is not good for the Wild Things. This is Brooks Forrest, pinch hitter. He's going to hit one right out to Yelich. He's going to pass this one to Mattingly, and that'll take care of business for them. And Theodore Moon, who... Oh, geez. They've already brought in the closer. I wish I was joking when I said they've already brought in the closer, but they've really brought in the closer in the 5th inning, or the 6th inning. This is not good. Randy Johnson locked in. Almost had a dong today, but he didn't. A little disappointed. 2 strikes already from Moon. A little high there. 1 ball. And Johnson is going to send one out to Bear Hatman, but he's got it. Goodbye. Prince Yelich has been walked 3 times. This is his 5th at-bat. It's only the 6th inning. We're going to get to some 6 at-bats here. Yelich has a 100% on-base percentage today. Impressive. I don't know why Moon is already tensed, even though he's only pitched 1.1 innings. So, I mean, this game's stupid. Makes no sense. They're going to walk Yelich for the 4th time today, because why not? Yes, Daddario pitched, and he didn't do very well. Here comes Brizzo. 0 for 3 with a walk. Not looking so hot right now. Talking to you, Smooth. Step your game up. First strike. Send him right down the middle. Will they strike him out? And he goes swinging. Everyone on the Steelers is having a great day, except for, of course, Brizzo. Mattingly comes up, really wishing Moon was a right-handed pitcher, but you have to sell for a lefty. Takes 2 strikes right down the middle. A wild pitch coming from Moon is going to advance a man to second. A lot of catching troubles today. It is a low ball for Dong. Another low one, full count. And Dong's going to pop one out. This is going about 2 feet. Goodbye. All right, bottom of the 6th. I need to do my 6th inning thing. My question today is, how is everyone? Sure, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing just fine. Ramos is going to hit one out to Mattingly. Will he be able to recover in time from it? Yes, he can. He can pick up the ball and throw it. I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared to do this. I just expected to hang around with Mafia, and now I'm here on my own, so I didn't have a question prepared today. So please forgive me. Johnson's still locked in, looking nice. 2 strikes to Tricky Henderson. This one is going right out to shallow right field. Looks like Yelich has got it. Old man Yelich with the grab. Pabst Bear Hat Man, who I've recently learned is pronounced Bear Hat Man, and it is not a tricky name like I expect it to be. Takes a swing and misses. This one goes right out to Yelich again. He's getting all sorts of action in outfield today. And goodbye. All right. Into the top of the seventh with Roger Chambers up against the lefty, so his trait's not going to come into play here. The stream is lagging. We're good. Chambers hits a pop fly right out to what looks like 2 feet in front of the bag.
The center fielder.
Goes away. Here's Lord Chumbus, who, can I just say how disappointed I am in him this season? He went from, MVP, big guy, to just being swallowed by everyone on his team. He's like bottom half now, but oh well. Oh, would you look at that? The magic continues for Lord Chumbus. Shallow center, pop fly, Tudix is all over it.
Now batting, the left fielder.
Duke Hammer has been walked twice. He's 1 for 1. Moon's looking tired. I don't know if this is a great strategy to keep him in because you've already exhausted all your pitchers, but oh boy, a wild pitch there. Not a great grab. First strike. And they're almost going to hit Duke Hammer there. And they're going to walk him.
Now batting, the catcher, number 14.
Hot thermos, Monsoon. And Moon is out. Liam Boss will re-enter the game. I think he was the starter. So we've gone full cycle here. Everyone has pitched. This is a nightmare situation for the Wild Things. 2 balls already for Monsoon, 2 on the outside. That's a bit low, but they're going to call it a strike. And Monsoon goes out of here. He goes looking. Coming up next is the only player with a hit on the Wild Things, Mike Twinsbrew, who has told me I've cursed him many times, but in reality, he's been the only one doing anything today. We'll take a ball there. Takes a strike. It's another ball for Twinsbrew. And, we got a little error coming from Johnson. Are they going to get him in time? No! A wild throw. What? Just...
The catcher, number 26.
What? Okay. That happened. Not great feeling on the Steamer's part. That is the first crack in the armor we've seen today. What would be an out turns into a single from a bad throw, which turns into a double from a bad throw. Oh boy, Beefcake McDouble, excuse me, swings at that one. This one is foul, so it's not going to count. Smartly does not swing, it's a bit inside. Johnson will strike him out looking.
Now batting, the second baseman.
Here comes Rick O'Shea,
Number 32.
the second baseman. We'll take a strike here. That is a bit outside, so they're going to call the ball. Another low pitch. And this one is going into center right. This is going to bring a man home and start things going, hopefully, for the Wild Things. O'Shea's got himself an RBI and a double to boot. I'm being pinged. Why am I being pinged? Do I need to harass someone? Very close to just harassing someone.
23.
Oh, okay. I'm being harassed. Never mind then. First strike for Skylar Stevens, the third baseman. That's a low pitch there. 1-1. Swings and misses on a nasty pitch from Randy. And Randy strikes him out.
Now batting, the center fielder.
God, I love this guy. It's Holden Tudix is up to bat. He takes a strike. I can't focus on the game when his name is this because it's just it's beautiful and I love it. 2 balls for Tudix. God, come on! Making this too easy. I can't say anything anymore. Takes one outside. And that's going to be a little ground out. They're going to end things for the Wild Things there. Steamers are still in prime position to walk away with this one just easily, but we will see what happens in the next 2 innings. Crazy things have happened in this league. Suzuki is 1 for 4. She's been on a tear recently, and her name is apparently pronounced Aska. Please tell me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, because I don't know how to pronounce the H before the S. That is not normally in the English language. This is going to fly backwards. It's going to be a pop out, and the catcher's all over it. Beefcake McDouble making the grab.
The pitcher, number 50, now batting, number 29.
And interestingly, they're going to end Randy Johnson's day today. They're going to bring in Makai Santana to pinch hit here, which I don't get, but okay. 2 balls for Santana. First strike on a nasty pitch from Boss, who has recovered nicely from his abysmal start earlier. And Santana's going to get himself a shot into left field. Ramos is going to throw this one over to Ricochet, who's going to stop the progression there. So are they going to walk Yelich again? It's been four walks and 1 single, so he's got a 1% on base percentage, and they're going to throw this one. They might just walk him. Why don't we just walk him 5 times? What is the problem with walking him 5 times? Or not? They might actually get him this time. 2 strikes. Unfortunately, he's going to end this inning with a quick little double play. Oh, God. You pull Johnson out of the game, and in comes the man, Andy Chernley, lovingly known as Mongoloid, because he's terrible. Liam Boss will not be pinch hit here, which surprises me because you need all the help you can get. Chernley's second pitch is a strike. This one is right to Brizzo. Brizzo throws this one over to Mattingly, ends that play while it's playing, and I don't know what I've been saying. Carlos Ramos haunts me in my dreams after ruining the steak fry shutout earlier this week. Chernley with a horrible pitch, but what else am I expecting from a dude named Mongoloid? And Mongoloid gives up a hit. What a surprise. I'm just going to call him Mongoloid. I don't know why he's still on the team. He's an AI guy. Why can't we just rename him Mongoloid? Dog! Ricky Henderson is tense, the right fielder. He's going to hit one over to Yelich. Yelich is going to play over to Brizzo. Brizzo over to Mattingly, and that is a double play for the Steamers. Into the 9th we go. Steamers looking for some insurance runs. Brizzo has not looked good today, unfortunately. He recently had a salami in this series, though, so he's allowed to have a day off. Especially when you're up 9 runs in the 9th. Twin Screw will take care of business here. Mattingly is 3 for 5 with a homer, three RBIs, and a single. Boss is right-handed, so I'd be concerned if I were him. Maybe a walk would be the smart move. First strike for Mattingly. They're going to pitch inside there. A little low. Boss's 4th pitch. We'll go backwards. It is a full count. And Mattingly almost gets a fair ball, but that is down the line, and it is a little foul. This one is also foul. They're going to kill a man in the front seat, and he's dead. And they're going to walk dog.
Now batting, the 3rd baseman, number 18.
Here comes Roger Chambers, who is also bad news for right-handed pitchers. First strike for him. That's a bit low, bit out inside, but they're going to call it a strike anyways, which I disagree with, and I think the Wild Things are paying the umpires. Chambers sends one out to Bear Hat Man. That is going to be a quick out for him, and here comes Lord Chumbus in an attempt to get some more runs out of here before they close this one out in the bottom of the 9th. Lord Chumbus hits one foul. That is a nasty curveball from Boston. He's going to take a strike there. Hits one backwards, 2 strikes, no balls. Chumbus is going to destroy his bat out of anger probably because he can't hit anymore. 3rd out of the inning. So that looks like it might be it for the Steamers offense. Unless the Wild Things can pull together a 9-run inning, I think this one might be in the books. Bear Hat Man is going to need some magic here. Of course, Chernley's out, so anything's possible. And as soon as I say that, Chernley gives up at least a single. Chumba cannot throw it back in time, but in reality, you're not getting that back in time. Twin Screw wants to show us he's the true MVP, whatever it is. He's got to do it now. This is when his team needs him. First ball for Twin Screw. Pitch is a bit outside. That is the 2nd ball. And Twin Screw rockets one over the head of Yelich. This looks like it's going to be at least a double. Nobody can get to it in time. Chumba throws it back. Are they going to send the man home? Twin Screw is going to knock in his 2nd RBI of the day. They're going to throw to 3rd instead of home, shockingly. And now the gap is 8. Beefcake McDouble, another phenomenal name, might I say. He's going to hit one right over to Yelich. They're going to advance a man to 3rd. Don't know if that was the best move. But you know what? You got 2 runs. You need 8. You got 2 out. I'm tired. Can you guys tell I'm tired? You got 1 out. You got 8 runs to go. You got a man on 3rd. Can you do it? O'Shea has an RBI. Maybe he gets another one here. I don't know. I can't tell the future. He doesn't. Chernley is going to send this one right over to Mattingly, and they are on their last out. Skylar Stevens is 0 for 2 with a walk. He could be the magician today. Leave it to Mongoloid to screw it up. Pitches one right down the middle. A little low there. And we froze, but I can hear it's a strike, so we're good. It's a ball for Stevens, excuse me, almost for Chernley. And that'll end the game. Steamers walk away from this one 11-3 after an insurmountable just surge of runs was brought on in the first few innings by an abysmal pitching attempt on the Wild Things side. And, of course, some phenomenal hitting. I think everyone except Brizzo, including the pitcher, except Chernley, had a hit today. Take a look at that. Yelich had technically 2 at-bats and was walked 4 times. I don't know if I've ever seen that. In other news, Twin Screw had a homer. A bunch of people had a homer. Randy Johnson walked away with a win here. They went through 6 pitchers today. Just let that sink in. Mattingly is your player of the game. Twin Screw coming in at second. Thermos Monsoon coming in at third. So that's going to do it for me and this week of Big Head Baseball. Blah, blah. I hope your predictions went well. Mine did not. Tune in for the draft soon. I'm the big man, of course. Mafia was here earlier. Shout out to Mafia. Shout out to Dong Mattingly. Shout out to Duke Hammer. And shout out to Roger Chambers, because I'm bored and just giving shout outs now. Goodbye. Have a great day. Stay hydrated, and I'll see you guys later.